really like.
Well, there they are right behind them. The next two cars also closing in, Bobby Rahal and Richie Hearn, who's doing a fabulous job there, running in 7th place at the moment, but right in contention there, with that whole group really battling for 2nd place.
So Dario Franchitti managing to get away from that battle between De Ferran and Unser, getting Greg Moore between them, and again we can't stop saying just how impressed we are with Franchitti's performance so far. Let's hope he keeps it up. Fangio into the pits there in the top right hand corner of your screen, and he seems to be suffering with a few problems at the moment, but Franchitti dealing with the traffic, dealing with the turbulence, which is a critical part of driving on an oval track. Once you get behind these other cars at these sort of speeds, remember they're doing over 190 miles an hour as they go up that back straight, and the slowest part of the circuit they're still doing over 140 miles an hour. The speeds here are just tremendous, and once you get behind another car into the turbulent air that car creates, the handling of the car changes, and each lap around the oval is different as the fuel load goes down, as the tyres wear more. So Franchitti holding on superbly to 3rd position at the moment, but don't forget the race leader, the one who's doing the job best of all at the moment, is Paul Tracy. After 111 laps, Tracy leads from Gugelmin, Franchitti, De Ferran, Unser and Rahal. On lap number 114 then, with an advantage as he comes across the line. Let's just check what the gap is, 7.6 seconds, and that is a big advantage for Paul Tracy now leading this race. 22.7 his last lap, 22.0 for Maurizio Gugelmin, as Dario Franchitti continues in 3rd place.
Yeah, both working themselves through a little knot of slower cars there. Tracy slowed up a little bit on that lap, and that'll allow that second group to close in just a little bit perhaps, although of course in a couple of laps time they will have to pass the same group of cars.
I think Dario's just come into the pits, Franchitti has come into the pits, so has Roberto Moreno, so 2 cars, and of course remember Franchitti made an earlier stop, so he has now had to come into the pits, and he's had to make his 2nd stop under green flag conditions. Also in the pits is Michel Jourdain, and that's the Mexican car you can see there. I can tell you that Roberto Moreno is back out of the pit lane. There is Moreno, we are riding on board with him now, waiting to see Franchitti come out. Where is Dario? I can just, I'm watching down the pit lane at the moment, and I can see Dario Franchitti now leaving the pit lane and stopping under green flag, so that will drop him down the order once again. But let's wait and see what happens later in the race. He will still presumably have one more stop to make, but if that takes place under yellow flags, then that may be an opportunity for him to make up some of the lost ground. Unser attacking De Ferran again. Unser looking down the inside into turn 3. Still not quite the opportunity to get the Penske alongside the blue and white car of Gilles de Ferran, who is right behind the red and white car of Maurizio Gugelmin. Gugelmin is going slow here, and De Ferran has got the chance. Oh, he squeezes through on the inside, and De Ferran goes up into 2nd position, and Unser, I think, is going to go up into 3rd. Gugelmin on the left-hand side. Oh, he just gets into turn 3 ahead of Al Unser Jr. So Gugelmin for the moment holds on to 3rd, but Unser is chasing after him. He wants to get past him and go on the chase of De Ferran.
I think what happened there as they went through turn 1, Gugelmin was trying to get a run on Greg Moore, and he had to lift out of the throttle. That enabled Gilles de Ferran to keep the momentum up and get alongside going into the next corner. Great move by both drivers really. De Ferran careful not to make contact with the car, and Gugelmin just giving him the room he needs. There's no point in closing the door at that stage.
So all changes at the moment as Tracy leads, but the battle for 2nd continues. Lap number 120 as Tracy leads, but Gilles de Ferran now in 2nd place, Gugelmin in 3rd. Al Unser Jr. now has to get past Gugelmin, and as you say, Jeremy, it was Gugelmin who lost that little bit of speed because of the back markers. Now that they're into clear air again, Gugelmin is again lapping very quickly, 21.6 last lap, so they've all lost some pace now that the tyres are beginning to wear a little bit in this stint, and Gilles de Ferran is now only just ahead of Gugelmin again, and Gugelmin's sort of coming back at him. Really good battle between these 3.
They're very, very closely matched indeed, all these cars, and Greg Moore right in front of them as well, but you know, Moore's not making it easy for these guys, and he's a long way behind. They're enabling Paul Tracy to pull out ever more of a lead. He's got almost half a lap on these guys already. It's over 12 seconds, that's more than half a lap on this little racetrack, and I think Greg Moore needs to perhaps get out of the way a little bit. Let him go past and then tuck in behind him would be a much smarter move. move.
Alonso Jr. looking close again to the back of Guterman's car. Let me tell you that Dario Franchitti is down in 16th place now, having had to make that second pit stop under green flag racing conditions. That's how much time you lose. Franchitti down to 16th now, but still lapping quickly. His last lap was a 20.8, and that is about the fastest of anybody on that last lap, I think. So Franchitti still going very quickly as Alonso Jr. almost alongside Guterman once more, but again, he can't get alongside enough to really make that move stick. And De Ferran now has got that problem of following behind Greg Moore, and there's another car up ahead of them. It looked like Parker Johnston, so this thing really could change every time. Franchitti just gone over the line again. I just want to see his last lap again, a 20.8. So again, Franchitti lapping quickly, but down there in 16th place. Meanwhile, Mark Blundell is lying in